Anyway, how are you?
I'm better than I was earlier today. I've had a good cleansing.
Oh yeah,
It's the end of the week.
Half saw your message and I was like in the middle of something, so I didn't really read it and then I forgot about it.
I just had it's just been too many things, you know, when like I by the time I got to the end of the week, I'm in my proper like manic lunatic phase.
You've lost all filter, all fuck.
There's just so many. There's just too many things. I'm overstimulated.
Oh.
Too many things to deal with, and like nothing gets completed. Like I feel like all I do is work at stuff, and I think it's finished, and then someone goes, I didn't do it, and oh, for fuck's sake, why did you not do that one piece?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like it's your fault for not checking, but checking.
Hello and welcome back to this week's episode of They're Not Even Real Housewives, though. We've got loads to catch up on this week because it's the start of the reunions.
Yeah, I don't even know if I want to talk about anything other than the reunions. I'm not going to lie to you.
Okay, I think we should talk about Vanderpump Rules.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about, but let's leave Potomac because Potomac is just not giving.
I'll have to see if there was any particularly exciting Potomac incidents that I need to report on.
No.
I just get angry at the reunions though. But we got anyway. First,
yeah, we're skipping ahead.
We're skipping ahead. Take a breath.
Let's take a breath.
So I wanted to shout out this week's episode and do a little dedication to one of our lovely listeners, Alison, who is going through like a really shit time at the moment, and she's reached out, and I wanted to say hey, and that I hope things get a bit easier, and that we really appreciate that we're like with you at the crap times, and us listening to us is making your life easier.
Yeah, absolutely. In preparation to be extra funny, I'm drinking more wine. So you're welcome.
So Jenny has a glass of wine that I would say is full to a kind of nervous level.
It's a bottle in a glass.
There's no you're not going to get another glass out of that bottle the way you've poured that glass.
Oh no, there's no more left. Like I had the bottle upside down. Yeah, so Alison, you are welcome. I am doing this so I can be extra funny. So just to make your day that little bit better for you.
So we hope it is love.
But lots of love and healing vibes, and yeah.
And now let's shit on some people.
Yeah, let's go. Words on the sheet. I've got so many words on the sheet.
So the only word on the street I have is the whole like, who the fuck isn't suing Andy? What's happening? What is going on?
So I'm just really like, these people are so suing Andy for stuff that we all know happens. Like, I don't know what it is that they're
suing him for being a grown-up.
Is it, are they thinking they're exposing something? Like, okay, so Brandy response to Andy offering her to watch him have sex with Kate Chastain was that she was going to bring a dildo. So
nobody in this scenario thought that was like a real invitation.
I mean, he's the gayest man on TV.
Well, I don't know about that, but he's pretty dyed in the wool gay,
right?
Yeah.
And then Leah's like, he does coke with Housewives. Like, are we supposed to be shocked?
But like, who cares if he does coke with Housewives? Like, we're not the police. Be cool.
Yeah, don't people like uncle? You didn't even realize you set that up, did you? You didn't even see that coming.
Knock that one out. Yeah, people are like jumping on the bandwagon. It's like a whole thing.
No,
I don't understand. Like, oh, we have this at work. What is there's a term about the legitimacy of professionalism in the nighttime economy.
So basically, anything goes, just don't get arrested. Is what I got from that.
I think that was the rule, and now I think it's meant to be like, be professional. But it's like, if you work in entertainment, it is meant to be entertaining. No? Like,
so give me that line.
Razzle dazzle.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna give up your evenings and like, like And like, was it Luann who clapped back at Leah and was like, if you don't want to drink, don't do this.
Yeah.
Like, think of another way to make a living.
Yeah.
Like,
this is the thing. She came back and she did girl
she
shit.
came back and she came back and she came back.
So
yeah.
And I think she would come back again if they offered her another paycheck.
Oh, I'm sure they would. Yeah.
So credit Leah and her sobriety journey and all what she went through. But she walked into the season, her first season of Housewives, saying, I haven't drank, but I'm ready to drink. I've been drinking for a couple of months. I'm comfortable with it. So forgive us for thinking that what she's now saying is bullshit.
But yeah, no, completely. But also, it's her responsibility, isn't it? Like, it's hard, but it's her responsibility.
She's fucking grown.
Like, this is the thing about addiction. Like, no one's saying it's not tough, and I'm sorry if it's happening to you, but it's your responsibility to deal with it. And
yeah, you can't blame other people. That's
don't
part
take
of
on
the
a
12-step program, isn't it?
I don't know. I've never read the steps.
Well, I don't suppose you would need to.
No, I never said sorry for anything.
But no, I know people that have gone through the program.
Yeah.
You own what you've done, and you're supposed to
take responsibility, don't you? But it is your stuff.
Yeah. Anyway,
so that all of that. What other words you got?
We saw the Dubai trailer.
Yes,
and it has been confirmed that it comes out in June.
It's got money. There's money.
And then,
what about divorce of Portia?
Portia's getting divorced because no one saw that coming.
Shook I am.
Yeah, I mean, and just before she's about to come, like, did Bravo know that something was going down? And they were like, we need to book Portia before she says no and lock her into a contract. So they just said, we're going to pay her whatever the fuck she wants because we know this is going to be an explosive season because Simon's been up to no good. Like the same FBI people that arrested Jen Shah tipped them off.
Marisol's cousin.
Exactly. 1000%. Oh my days. I feel bad for Portia though, I'm not gonna lie. She's just really shit at picking men.
Well, if you start a relationship with someone else's husband, what are you gonna do?
Well, fair point.
Is it a big surprise when it doesn't go super well long term? I was trying to work out if she'd been married for a month for each of her wedding dresses.
How many dresses does she have?
I think it's she was married for more months, but I think it was 8.
Oh, so not that many more then.
No, not significantly more. No. She definitely wasn't married for a year for each of them dresses.
It's all that money.
Yeah, sure. No, but that's why we're so solidly married, you and me.
Well, yeah. I mean, my entire wedding probably cost less than one of her dresses.
Yeah, same.
Brielle Bierman's getting married.
Oh yeah,
that's really cute.
It is cute, but again, made me feel old. How old is she? She's young.
In her mid-20s, mid to late 20s.
That's shaking, isn't it? Goodness.
Yeah, I know. Remember when she was a child with no boobies? Now she's got lips and tits. Like, what happened? Jesus.
Yeah, that's nice. Good for her.
Yeah,
I just worry what Kim is gonna try and, make out of it in some because she's so thirsty.
Fair. And then last one from me, Rochelle is suing Tom and Ariana for distribution of revenge porn and eavesdropping on conversations.
Is eavesdropping illegal?
I don't know.
I don't think there's a law against that, is there? I don't think you can record people.
Someone.
Yeah, I think that you can't record them without putting a sign up.
Yeah, so she didn't consent to him recording her fingering herself.
Yeah, but I think again that's mainly a him thing.
Oh no, 1000%. I don't think Ariana should be in this lawsuit.
No,
because I don't think Ariana would have shared it.
I don't know.
I think she thinks with her brain. And I think that she was like, I will get in trouble for this if I send. I don't say she didn't show people now.
Yeah, but
I
not
just
like
say she didn't send
publish it. Yeah.
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 I said when it first found out that he'd recorded her, that why hasn't he had more?
Yeah, you did. You said that this was going to come back and bite him in the ass, or
Yeah.
that it should.
Yeah. So I'm here for it. The one and only time I'm going to stand behind Miss Rochelle.
It's a scary world out there, isn't it? This
When you're
has
back in
become
Rochelle.
exactly back to your mom's advice of like, don't write down anything you don't want anyone else to read. Don't fucking record yourself doing anything you don't want people to see you doing.
Mm-hmm.
Be smart, people.
Be smart. Anyway.
We reunioning? Well, which reunion are we going to start with? Beverly Hills or Miami?
Why they released Miami? Why?
Double Miami. I don't know.
The third part looks like it's going to be fire, though. But why did they do that?
Okay, so we're talking Miami.
Well, no, we don't have to.
We've already started talking about it. I don't know why they double dipped in Miami.
All right. So part 1.
Oh, they've run entirely into each other in my mind.
Oh,
my
okay.
first thoughts are very much that I never want to hear Marcus Jordan speak. Ever.
Okay.
I'm so done.
He, all the things that we were saying before? No. Now I completely get why he's with Larsa now. Why he's not called Larsa.
He's a dick.
Why none of this? Because he's an absolute... He's thrush and she's a cunt.
Perfect marriage.
And together they're an irritating vagina.
It's the misogyny. Like they couldn't wash the dishes in that house.
Is that misogyny or racism? What was that?
I'm gonna go with misogyny.
Okay. Why? Because he's black, he can't be racist, because that's not true.
No, I think he can be racist. I think he just is definitely misogynist. I just think, like, who the fuck, like, he's walking around the world like women are trying to do his dishes, and he thinks that is something that is down to him and not down to his daddy's money. Good God.
Yeah, he's an absolute dickhead. But anyway, the whole thing basically centers around the argument of Larsa and Alexia that opens up the first episode of Andy with his phone recording.
Yes.
Happening in the background. And he's like, it's going to be a long ass day. But I have to say, the highlight of it all for me was Nicole running off to go to the toilet and bussing on the door.
Get on the door.
Get the fuck out. I need to be.
I think it is illegal to go to the toilet ahead of a pregnant woman.
But it's Lisa.
Twat.
Lisa doesn't understand
anybody.
Anything.
God, what a dick. She couldn't stop being a dick, could she? She couldn't get out of her own way.
No, she doesn't. And I have notes so I can merge it.
Go.
So everyone's in makeup when they first arrive. Can I note as well that the timing, Miami arrived a good hour and a half after Beverly Hills.
And yet they came out in like fucking couture looks.
Right? Okay. I absolutely hate myself for this. I really do. But Larsa has never looked better. That bitch looked amazing. Makeup was flawless. Her look was incredible. I was feeling the Maradona queen. Yeah, she looked good.
So we should talk about the looks in general because they are phenomenal.
All of them are incredible. Not one of them looked terrible.
Alexia potentially looked less exciting.
Yeah.
Than the rest of them. But she still looked great.
Yeah.
I loved all of it. I loved Julia's whole, like, whatever that was. Like a kaleidoscope of, I was there for it.
Mm-hmm. Kiki, best dressed.
Kiki looks fucking amazing, doesn't she? But I liked Marisol's, though I got very nervous when she was eating her, like, Pret a Manger tomato soup in a white dress.
They had Pret a Manger.
That was definitely Pret a Manger.
Was it?
I think so. I don't know. It's very similar packaging. They surely they do this.
Logos.
You can't go 30 yards without a Pret a Manger.
Yeah, fair.
Worldwide,
right? Okay. They're worldwide, bitch.
They are the Kandi of sandwiches.
They are the Kandi of sandwiches.
Even, I mean, I think Adriana looks great, but is unhinged.
She's not well.
She has been, somebody has let her go too far. Like, it's somebody's responsibility.
Yeah. I think she's playing a character. I don't think that's how she really is.
You don't think she walks around every day with like multiple props and poems?
No, I don't.
She's like the word hubris.
On a date, maybe. But
Yes.
the props are for something different.
I have written a poem. We are all stars, but the hubris, not so much hubris. Be a star. You can be a star, but not so much hubris. Too much hubris makes you humorless. All right, you've got the word hubris. We get it. Chill out.
Was it on our toilet paper that day? You know that word of the day toilet paper? What the fuck? Anyway. And they can't do a shot of Larsa's tequila because like everything else in Larsa's life,
it doesn't exist. It's
it
fake.
didn't quite land
or
wasn't existing. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I forgot about that. That is ironic.
So
because all you need is a bottle and to pour some tequila in it. Like, how does she not have a bottle?
Yeah. Like when you travel with it.
I would have some in, but I suppose there has to be at least a bottle in existence. I don't believe there's any.
Fair.
So yes, that was a real shoot and a miss for her.
Yeah.
But she's got a promise ring on because she's a 13-year-old virgin.
And her sex life makes her family uncomfortable, so she's no longer talking about it.
Her sex life makes everybody fucking uncomfortable.
It makes my
5
vagina
times
close.
a night. These people just lie.
Okay, you were with your husband when you were 17 years old.
Yeah.
So he was at like rabbit
5 times a night. Yeah.
Right. So how many times a night would you reckon you were doing it then when you were 17?
Then maybe 4 or 5. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. But you were 17. That bitch is 50.
Yeah.
50. And there's no way.
50.
She keeps calling these ladies dry. Okay. But there's no way she has a lubricated vagina at 50. Well, not like, okay, I take that back. She has got a lubricated vagina.
I mean, but 5 times a night is just running with cum.
You Sure.
Was that not classy?
I'm not going to pee within the first 20 minutes today. I am not going to pee in the first 20 minutes. I was going to say my next statement was going to be probably it's just wet from cum at this point, but you beat me to it. So, but yeah, I'm not saying that a 50-year-old vagina isn't lubricated. That's not true. But I would just thought that like when you're 50, you can't be going around calling other people's vaginas dry. I'm just saying.
No, that's the law. I agree.
Yeah,
I just think as well, 4 and 5 times a night is things you can maintain when you don't have anything else to do.
Yeah.
Like when you don't have any stress or worry or like real shit that you have to schedule, like you can do that as a teenager because what's the worst that can happen?
Well, her partner's dad pays his bills and she takes pictures of her feet.
That's true, but she does have kids that she should like know where they are and like.
No, but she doesn't. They all live in Miami with the dad.
True, she doesn't.
Not in Miami, in LA.
Other way, yeah.
Yeah. Although the daughter was in the room during the reunion. She was with Marcus in the room. So the girl, the 14-year-old, 13-year-old is watching all of that stuff happen. And she was in the room when Larsa and Alexia were having an argument because she said something Sophia when she walked into the room. So obviously her daughter was in there. Are you letting your kid be involved in
No, but I mean, we all make mistakes.
I mean, Larsa makes like one every 20 seconds.
Her ability to know when she's made a mistake is low. Yeah.
Anyway, so they're buying a condo together and merging their finances.
Oh yeah, they're merging their finances.
Yeah. But everyone kind of jumps on this. So I felt like with Beverly Hills, it was the We Hate Dorit Club.
It was.
And with Miami, it's the We Hate Larsa Club. Like everyone was like, but Larsa, this is how you behave. And
I'm
every
much more
time they
comfortable
said,
with the We Hate Larsa Club. Like I think I've got a subscription to that.
Oh, I'm the president, bitch.
But whereas with Dorit, I feel like I'm sort of like loitering in the like free feed.
I feel bad for Dorit because she knows no better. And I know you have this whole thing with white people having to do, that's not an excuse anymore. You need to do better. I know, I know what you're going to say, but it's just like, I feel like this is the first time she's been taken to task for conversations like this. And I think that's unfair. Like, I feel like if you're in a group of friends or you have a friend in your group who continuously makes these kind of statements or you have the viewpoint of them that they have these unconscious biases or whatever, you should be having actual educational conversations with them, not trying to tear them down on national television.
Yeah. Just being mean to someone is not going to make them do better, is it? They're going to get
exactly. And I feel like when Dorit, I know we're talking about Beverly Hills now, but quickly, when Dorit said to Garcelle, like, do you like me? Do you want to try to make this a thing? And Garcelle was like, yeah, no, I don't really know. That ended it for me, because I was like, this isn't a teachable moment. You're not trying to educate this bitch. You're just trying to make her look bad because you don't like her.
Yeah, that when you say that, that does sound like it's true. I don't think it was my takeaway, but yes, I can't argue with your logic there, annoyingly.
Yes.
Yeah. Whereas Larsa, there's no excuses there. Like, nobody's like, I've never heard of cancer, I didn't know it was bad.
Just every time they said Larsa, but this is the game you play, she responds with an exact example of what they were talking about.
Like,
and
point made.
She is so oblivious to it. Her voice irritates me. Oh my God.
So
Who
annoying.
was it when they were talking about, like, later on, when they was about the fakest? And Gertie was like, physically, you are the fakest. And she was like, I'm not the fakest. And Gertie was like, do you want to see a before and after picture? I died. Like, I thought that was it. I was done. I was on the train. And I was
unrecognizable.
Finished. Anyway, let me get back to my notes so we like talk about some sense. Hold on.
Because Gertie sort of tries to like offer her an olive branch. She's like, you're very sensitive, and people don't get that because you come across like such a bitch. And it's actually because you're very sensitive. And she's like, no, you're wrong. Oh, okay. Thanks.
I don't do that. I don't try and make people feel bad for saying negative things against me. Because if I was a terrible person, I would tell the world that you do X, Y, Z. But I would never
say that you do X, Y, Z.
I would never weaponize anything you do against anyone or say it out loud at all. Because I'm a good person. Because if I was a terrible person, like, oh my God, Larsa.
Just stop. Just say less.
I
think there was some really good reunion Andy moments. Like when she was like it's this idea that like when people are trying to tell us we're stupid, this is the thing we can't stand. And she's like, wait, nobody talks about anyone else's mum and dad. Like it's not a thing. And I'm like, well, okay, firstly, that's not true. We do talk about other people's parents, and also other people's parents are not Michael Jordan, and other people are not fucking their ex's partner's son. And Andy's like, it's all I want to fucking talk about. I want to talk about it for 4 days.
It was Alexia. We don't talk about it enough, in my opinion. She said it so straight-laced. Like,
she's like, just weighing it up on balance, everything would indicate we should talk about it more. True.
I remember when I told Mike about this. He was on his phone and he was scrolling. And I said, I told him what, like, the last of it all. And he was on his phone scrolling. And he put his phone down. He looked at me. He was like, what did you just say?
Sorry, what?
And I was like, and I repeated it again. He was like, no. I was like, yeah. He's like, that's not. How old is she? And I was like, 50. He was like,
it's so ballsy.
It's just, yeah. Anyway, so that's the thing. And then Julia makes the tennis comparison.
Yeah, it's great.
It's a fantastic comparison. And then Marcus is in the background going, not quite
like that.
Was he shading Martina?
Yeah, I think so.
Because Martina's not as good of a tennis player as his dad is a basketball player, or was he shading?
I think that's his opinion.
Or was he shading Scotty because Scotty wasn't as good as a competitor?
It wasn't as much of a rival.
Yeah. Either way,
it's not right, and I would be worried. Like, you live in Miami. Martina Navratilova can hit you in the back of the head with a tennis racket from her house. Like, if he's suddenly just sitting on the balcony and suddenly has a concussion, you're gonna be like, I don't know how that happened.
I reckon she's an avid golfer too.
Yeah, I bet.
I bet she could get a golf ball in a solo cup from like 50 miles away.
I hope she does.
Oh, listen, no loss there, really. Also, I think Larsa looks like without makeup on.
I think this could sound mean. I think she looks fat. I think her face
Puffy.
is wide. Yeah,
bloated.
Yeah,
like without the contour,
the filler and then no contour.
Yeah.
They all look a bit boiled. Those people.
They do. Although Adriana's looking better.
No, I meant the people with the faces full of filler rather than the Miami Housewives.
Oh, okay, because it applies to both.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think Alexia looks boiled. She's quite gaunt.
Yeah, and her face has wrinkles in it.
Yeah, she's
only when she moves, not like as a sitting situation.
No, not in a still pose, but in an angry pose. Yeah.
But then Gertie's basically comes at Larsa and she says she's tired of the lies. She's tired of all the stuff that Larsa does, where she's doing all this and she's toxic. And Gertie whispers behind, like under her breath to Alexia, we can't keep doing a show that's organic and great if we have people like this on our cast. So that was interesting.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, so she's trying to get Larsa fired. Like,
she is trying to get Larsa, but I thought the seating was interesting, isn't it? Like Gertie's next to Andy, but Larsa's next to Andy.
Yeah.
He knows where the friction is.
Yeah, 1000%. And then it gets into the Julia.
When do we have Larsa being like, well, I would never say people were snorting cocaine at your wedding. I've never been married to a cocaine dealer.
In a minute, that comes up. So this argument leads into that argument. So Gertie, so it gets into the whole Julia versus Marisol being the shit stirrers, the pot stirrers.
Oh, who is stirring?
And then the first of Adriana's props come up with the screenshot of the cyberbullying troll on the internet or something that. And then it was like, it's your cousin.
It's the cousin. Yeah, I love Marisol being like, you think I have time to fucking DM people? No,
but it's like, again, I just feel like Marisol grew up the way my mum grew up. You don't put anything in writing that you don't want other people to see.
No.
She's phoning people, or she's doing like shady meetups in bars wearing headscarves and big black glasses to get people to do stuff.
Absolutely is a glasses and headscarf lady,
right? And a Burberry trench coat.
Perfect, absolutely perfect.
And a nice Milano Blahnik stiletto.
Yeah, she's just tottering about like nobody can tell. No one knows it's her. Tinkling about.
But Julia, when they laid out all of Julia's stuff, I was like, oh, Julia.
Well, she thinks she's like the truth teller, isn't she? She's like, no, you're messy. Don't pretend that this is for any good. Like, we can all see that this is bad. Like, every time she had one of those, like, let me tell you something about yourself, everyone.
Yeah. And she 1000% called Lisa a bad mother. I don't care what she said.
She did. And I agree with her.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not saying take it back. I'm just saying own it. Like,
objectively, you've said you've spent hours of our lives telling us what a fucking awful, abusive dickhead this dickhead is, and yet you were just happy to leave your kids with him. Not great mothering, is it?
And then it goes into and then it's Alexia's section where they talk about why Todd didn't go to his own party, and it basically the end goal is
at this point.
He was embarrassed about the 12 minute video that he posted for
Which is fair.
Yeah, I mean,
if I made that, I'd never recover.
Yeah, and you can't even delete it now, can you? It's not like you can delete stuff off the internet.
No,
like
it's out in the world forever.
Yeah. And then Frankie's more independent and he's doing stuff by himself, and that's lovely watching her talk about Frankie. And then Nicole tries to, and Adriana and Alexia get into it. And they're going back and forth about double standards and finances and who said this and who said that and why is this being said and blah, blah, blah. Then Nicole tries to be the voice of reason here and says...
She gets it in the neck.
And then says calmly, but can you understand the double standard? And she gives very calm and concise examples of when this happens. And Alexia couldn't look any more like Teresa in this moment, where her face just like glazes over and she's like,
I don't know who you're talking to. I don't believe that was me. Is there any evidence that I said, oh, it's on camera? No.
They've rolled the tape? What? Oh. And then Adriana brings out the poem.
The poem. It's very bad poem.
Yeah. What?
I think she's... What else has she got? Because there's no Adriana segment, is there? I suppose there is. She's gonna do all about her songs and her performing and all of that, but yeah, it's so bad.
I mean, we're only in the second part, like first part. Adriana's still got 2 more parts. Well, she doesn't have a segment in the second part either, but
she's got nothing going on. Like we could focus more on the stuff she has got going on if she was less involved in trying to be undercover people's finances or fuck people over or like make a prop.
She's just crazy. Like, I've tried to rationalize her behavior so many times in my head. I've tried so many, there's just no rationalization of what she says and does. Like, I can't get behind it. I just can't.
She like can't help herself. She just can't stop. Like, she just can't stop. She's got no impulse control.
No impulse control. And Alexia's like, I'm the only one who doesn't lie. And then Larsa chimes in and says, I don't like that because that's saying all this other stuff. And then Gertie comes back in at Larsa about holding people hostage. And that's when the cocaine wedding situation comes up.
Yeah. I mean, maybe I'm just like super naive, but has there ever been a wedding in Miami where people didn't do cocaine?
Is there ever a wedding anywhere when people don't do cocaine?
Has there ever been anything in Miami where anyone didn't do cocaine?
Yeah, I think Lisa said that, didn't she? Didn't Lisa say everyone in Miami's doing cocaine? I think she...
Have you been to Miami?
I do think it's hilarious that we're talking about this now in light of the conversation that just has come up about Leah suing Andy.
Yeah.
Like, would he have been so open about having this cocaine conversation if this story had come out? Like, I've been watching What Happens Live since the story broke. I don't really... So far, the episodes we haven't mentioned it. You think he'd talk about it?
Like, the police don't care about people doing cocaine on a personal basis, do they?
I don't think anyone should care what anyone does on a personal basis.
Unless I think if you're
raping or being a paedophile.
Yeah.
Stay out of the business.
Yeah. Just, we're not in like a sort of, it's not sort of slightly past that as a society now. Yeah.
Drugs are normal now.
I think it's like all the things, isn't it? Like, you know, if you're smuggling them inside people and enslaving people to grow them, that makes you a bad person. But that's sort of the same if it's booze or tobacco, isn't it?
It doesn't, there's no like...
If you're being a bad person in your processing, if you're employing children in your clothing factory, it's all bad.
I was going to say fast fashion and all the rest of it. It's just as bad, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad we solved that.
And then they break for lunch, and then the argument spills into the argument between Alexia and Larsa from the wedding.
Yeah, it doesn't go away.
It doesn't go away. It spills into part 2.
I like it when there's little when they come back after lunch and they're having a kind of less serious dildo conversation, And
yeah, Lisa was offered a dildo ad.
Yeah, and he's like, I would do it. Like, my kids are picking up dildos all the time. And he's like, how does your mum feel about the show?
She doesn't speak English.
He's like, oh, good. That's probably good.
But like, I don't think you have to speak English to know what a dildo looks like on the telly, even if it's blurred out.
I mean, I've not been to Haiti. Who knows?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I reckon she's got an idea.
Yeah, I think she knows who her kid is, and she's just accepting it. Like, let's just move on. So then it's Lisa's segment, and Lisa's kids know who Jodie is. Apparently, Logan has always known who Jodie was, because, you know, it's normal that mummy has a boyfriend. I don't know. I just feel like when you are that young and your parents have been married your entire life,
yeah,
how do you just automatically assume that the mummy's got a boyfriend?
I guess because they're like all over each other all the time.
Okay. I don't know.
Yeah, no.
Right? I'm right to be baffled by that, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I feel like I have
and
a
like
child
those kids
who's
are
older.
not that smart.
Yeah, I have a child that's older than Logan, and I don't feel like his automatic reaction would be that that's like, mummy's boyfriend.
Yeah, yeah. Probably best.
Like, oh.
But she's like so fucking giddy over her like snatching a man that I'm sure she was like telling them.
Yeah.
And then, so can somebody explain to me, because then they talk about the police and Lenny and the police and how the police keep getting involved and how the police were called on the mum and the auntie when they were looking after the kids because the girlfriend was there in her underwear. What is happening?
Yeah. So that's the thing.
Lenny is in the house.
So apparently
living in the house and the mum? No.
So what I understood was Lisa was on her Mykonos vacation.
She didn't have a vacation last year. She deserves it, bitch.
She deserves this Mykonos vacation. So she flew her mum and her aunt over from Canada to look after the kids while she was on vacation. And with all due respect, I feel like they should have just been left with the nanny, because the nanny kind of knows them, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, whatever.
So she flies them over and they live where?
Canada.
No, they've come to stay where?
Yeah, so she had the house
that Lenny is living in.
Yeah, no. So Lenny's
not living in the house.
Lenny moved at the point of this conversation. Lenny had moved out. Lisa was living in their main house. Right? And the mum and the aunt were staying there to look after the kids.
Yes.
Lenny found out that Lisa was in Mykonos with Jodie and that her mum and aunt were staying in the house and said, fuck this, I'm not having them stay in my house. So him and the girlfriend went back to the house and moved in while Lisa was on holiday, and the girlfriend was rocking around in her fucking Asian provocateur. Or La Perla, whatever her fancy is. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's something else, isn't it?
It's a fucking Jerry Springer fucking meets EastEnders meets Dallas meets...
I can see how the kids maybe got some fucking clues about how she was Daddy's girlfriend.
I guarantee, like, just... What are you doing?
It's bad. And I think Lisa is a real dickhead. But not as much as Lenny, I think.
No, Lisa's a dickhead for different reasons.
Yeah.
It's not the same as what Lenny's a dickhead for.
No.
But yeah, and then it's like the whole Lisa felt like it was an ambush every time they spoke to her about Lenny.
Oh yeah.
And then she shouts she's fighting the battle of her life, and then everyone's like, no, actually Gertie is. This is the whole
insensitive.
thing.
And then she's all upset. Lisa's upset because Gertie's like, your kids are healthy, like you're stable. And she's like, what?
And she almost vomits.
Like she's eating food.
What's she vomiting? Cocaine parcels?
Oh, just filler.
And then again, Nicole steps in.
Oh, she's like,
calmly tries to explain.
Let me slowly and gently explain how you're incredibly self-involved.
But no, doesn't land.
No,
Lisa doesn't get it.
Nicole should be a judge.
Yeah. Although her being so calm and putting people to sleep, it's like, I like it. Like, I want her to be my doctor.
Symbiosis. Like,
yeah. Like, I want her to be my doctor, you know?
Because after they talk about this, then Adriana's talking about how like she's shouting at Marisol because her mother's dead, which is a weird vibe. I'm not sure where that came from and where it was going. And Nicole's like scooting away from Adriana, like, no, I don't want to sit. I'm not sitting next to this. Fuck no. Like sliding a little velvet bump.
However,
a little velvet sofa.
When we talk about this Mother's Day brunch thing, I don't think Nicole was 100% innocent in any of this.
Oh no. No, definitely not. I don't think she was 100% guilty.
No, I think she knew. I think she knew by inviting Anna it was going to cause some kind of beef.
It was some drama, but I don't think she realized it was gonna. And it's that thing like it scaled afterwards, isn't it? Like she said, like Marisol came and she was sitting on her lap, and whose Rolls Royce is this? And so like it wasn't like shit. This has gone really badly. They equally span it afterwards.
Yeah, 1000%. They went out drinking.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah,
it's fine.
But it is hard. But like, I don't understand why Adriana kept shouting.
Yeah, like why are you having to go at Marisol because her mum's dead? Why?
Yeah.
What a weird stance to take.
Because her mum's dead.
Like, I just don't understand what she's. And like, she knew that she was trying to like wind them up.
Yeah.
But the question is, why are you trying to wind them up?
Yeah.
Because for Nicole, the question is whether or not she knew. But for Adriana, it's why. What is the point?
Yeah, no, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
We're gonna unearth Alexia's dodgy finances, do we?
What?
Because that's what she was doing, wasn't it? She's all like, "Oh, there's trouble in paradise." That's why she's trying to, and that's why she invited Anna.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And then what about Nicole's like, "You have a hard on for me, Alexia" comments? She didn't like
rub
them.
one out.
Did not like that at all.
Go flick the bean, love. Go flick the bean. I do think Alexia is low-key jealous of Nicole, though.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I feel like it doesn't matter what Nicole does. Alexia hates her because she's younger, she's better looking, and she's got more money.
Yeah. And she's qualified. It's all like, you know.
People respect her.
Yeah.
Because she's not dumb and stupid.
She's a legal drug slewer.
I mean, every drug dealer wants to get into that game.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Nicole's dad's dying, and
the
amount of kids he's left, and Isis being upset because no one's going to pay her rent anymore.
I just liked it when Andy was like, "Well, he lived."
Yeah.
Andy's a little bit jealous of Nicole's dad.
Oh, 1000%. I think Nicole's dad is who Andy thought he was going to die as.
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
Right? But now he's got the kids and he's like by himself.
But then he's looking at him going, maybe the kids aren't actually that much of an issue.
Yeah.
Like, that guy got more kids than he's got fingers.
Yeah.
Yes, I like the way she's just like, I'm not going into that any further. Like there's no will and who's paying for it? And she's like, no, I don't know those people. No. It's not my shit. No, thank you.
No. I think the younger ones she'll help pay for if she can find them. But I think the older ones are on their own.
Yeah, exactly. Deal with it. You're grown up. So what about Julia and Lisa's
powwow?
Yeah, because she doesn't like initially apologize for the baby daddy remark, does she?
No, and Julia refuses to apologize to Lisa the same way.
Yeah, which I think is very bold of her. Like,
I just think if you're
gonna your truth,
be honest. Yeah, like exactly. I love it. I think I respect Julia for that. I really do.
Yeah, like it was a shitty comment and you knew it, and then she was like, "I didn't like it coming out of my mouth." It's like, well, then don't say it.
Well, yeah. It's not that easy though, Rose, is it?
No, that's absolutely not. No.
Like,
I said that like someone who was in control of what the fuck comes out of their mouth, and I don't know who the fuck she is.
I think if you rewind like 15 seconds ago, you said something that you shouldn't have said. Like, come on now. But I loved it. I had a good moment of pain for Julia when she was sent a picture of her child.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I can't even begin to imagine how that would have felt.
I was thinking that when they were all sitting there talking about like how Gertie's got the fight of her life and how it's like the most awful thing. And I was like, it's actually not. Like, it's terrifying to think you would die of cancer. That's absolutely fucking horrible. But to lose a kid, I mean,
yeah,
just, and it's so brutal and
the way it happened as well, yeah,
and unresolved, and
because it was her ex-husband that did it, wasn't it?
Yeah, but oh God Almighty, it's horrendous. And the fact that she gets up every day is like a fucking testament.
Yeah. Like because he was still a baby as well.
Oh, it's just I can't. And then Larsa like decides, she like questions Andy. She's like, "Why haven't you got a boyfriend? Like, you need a partner."
I see you with a Saudi Arabian guy. No,
what does that mean?
Yeah. I don't know.
A rich guy.
Yeah. Like an undercover gay? Like, what were you going for?
I don't know. It makes me think of that Cher quote. That Cher quote, you know? Like when Cher's mum said, like, you need to marry a rich man. And she was like, "Mum, I am a rich man."
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, Andy doesn't need a daddy.
No, he is the daddy.
Yeah, he needs someone to make him have fucking lunch. He needs a wifey.
He needs a wife, yeah. He needs like is it a twink? No.
No, that's too much crazy.
What is it?
That's too young, and he just needs someone stable.
So he has a 9-to-5 job.
Yeah, or just someone who like is gonna pick up the dry cleaning.
Yeah.
You know, do those things.
Yeah.
Sweep the cocaine away when the kids wake up.
Yeah. And then hold on, what else happened? And then it's Gertie.
Yeah.
So she explains her story, how she saved some lives, that she's wearing her scar with honor.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I didn't even know it was scar until she pointed it out. Like,
I'm sure she's very aware of it.
Yeah, but I felt
it is a dinky little scar.
I did feel like I was doing her a disservice by not recognizing her warrior. Do you know what I mean? By not seeing it, I felt bad after. I was like, oh shit, no, I should. I should be seeing that, and I should be like banging my chest with pride type thing.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
I love that Larsa tried to be woke and was like, talk about how all of these black women are dying.
Talk about the African American women being underrepresented in breast cancer screening.
Bitch, did you know that before Gertie went through surgery and went through it, and she said it to Martina on the show at lunch? Did you know that before you watched that episode? Did you?
I shouldn't have thought so, but I'm hoping she's telling her daughters this.
No, she's not telling her daughter shit because she doesn't see it. No,
because she's dumb.
Yeah, I just it was too much.
Yeah, she's a twat.
But
yeah, I think good for Gertie. I liked it when Gertie told Kiki off. She's like, "This is not acceptable.
Absolutely.
Get your fucking ass checked."
And yeah, I just loved that the flashbacks we saw and how her kids were handling it, and everyone recognizing that Russell was like the best husband ever.
Oh yeah, the testament to your love story with Russell. Yeah, Russell wins.
And then Andy cuts to, why did you think it? A fan saying, why did you think it was okay to say, how was I supposed to know? And basically, whatever it is that Larsa said. So
how was I supposed to know that? You've got cancer? How do you know? Sorry?
Yeah.
You dickhead. And she didn't say sorry.
Nope.
She was just like, well, yeah, it was really hard for me, and you've come at me and you've been arguing with me.
And then it flashes back, to all the times that Larsa has been saying incredibly inappropriate stuff. And I love that. Bravo aren't going to take her to task the way I would want them to.
No.
Andy's not going to take her to task the way I would want him to. But those little bits there make me believe that there is a human behind the production team.
Yeah.
Because they're saying, we can't really necessarily say what we want to say, but let's just remind people one more time how much of a cunt bucket she is. You know?
Yeah. Especially because she's like, I thought it was so telling when she was like, when you said not to tell, I just thought you meant on social media.
Yeah.
But it's like, even if you thought, like, it just shows like what her life is just a lens through like likes and clicks and shit, isn't it? I say that like I don't like it when people like and click on our shit.
Yeah.
Please like something. But then it's like, okay, but if you're saying don't say something on social media, it probably also implies don't say it on camera.
That.
Like if you tell your friends on your sofa privately in your house.
We said this before, though,
isn't it? But it's not like you're doing it with your friends on your sofa in front of a fucking film crew, you dickhead.
Yeah, we said this before. We said if Larsa was genuinely upset about her friend having cancer, telling her friends is fine.
Yeah.
Because she's upset. And I get it. But she did it on camera. Yeah.
And she was like, I've apologized 35,000 times.
No, you haven't.
It's like, no, you haven't. And then Gertie said, you made it harder. And she said, I did not make it harder. She's like, I'm telling you that you did.
But I'm hurt too.
Fuck off. I'll show you hurt.
Listen, when I say she's on site status, I'm going to jail. I am going to jail.
You hurt me. Fuck you. Nah, what a dick.
But that's it, basically.
That's it. Should we talk about Beverly Hills?
Beverly Hills, yeah. Let me find my notes. Hold on.
Should we talk about the Morgan situation? I thought that would be a great band name.
The Morgan situation. It is a great band name.
And
what is about Morgan?
Does she have a band? Or is it just her?
No, she's on her J's.
Oh, well, there you go.
Just
one girl and her guitar.
Oh, for any Americans, J's means Jack Jones, which rhymes with
clear as.
Huh?
Clear as day, that explanation.
Okay. Yeah, I hadn't finished. You interrupted me.
Sorry.
So J's is a reference to Jack Jones, which is two J's, therefore it's a J's plural. And Jack Jones rhymes with own. So when you're on your J's, you're on your own.
I think you should do a weekly Cockney rhyming slang segment.
Yeah, do you think so?
Yeah, it'd be great. I'll learn.
But a lot of it's like weird Cockney rhyming slang mixed with like some patois, mixed with some like just London street slang. It's like a weird.
We got people at work who speak like Polari.
Oh,
yeah, it's fun. That.
Yeah. Yes.
But I'm like, is this a London thing or is this just like an extremely gay thing?
Yeah.
Where are we drawing the line? Just so I know where to repeat this.
Where to repeat it? That killed me. But yes, Beverly Hills, this reunion was legit the Dorit takedown.
Fuck you, Dorit.
Yeah.
People are not happy. No.
They are not happy with Dorit.
I think Erica had the best time, didn't she? She just had there were so many shots of her just looking at, oh, I'm glad this is not me. Oh my, what did they say that? Oh my.
Where does this leave us? On a break because I need one. I died.
She was having a real good time.
She was. I like this Erica so much.
Yeah, slightly detached. Great.
So Kyle has crystals. Garcelle.
Giselle, she's not there. She's on a different show. Garcelle
has Sage.
Oh yeah, she's like saging in the dressing room.
And Kyle's clutching her crystals. And then Sutton has an Ari screaming at her, "You're not going to cry today."
I love Ari. I want more Ari in our lives.
They need to have a spin-off.
They would be so good in a spin-off.
Yeah, like, just I'm here for all of it.
Because I want to see his adjacent circle. I want to see his mother.
Oh, his mum is like, I
His
imagine his mum
mother
being Joan
needs
Rivers.
His mum is who needs to set Sutton up.
Yeah,
Because
she's Joan Rivers.
she's already fucking setting the people up.
Yeah. She's a proper yenta. Can I say that?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, she's a yenta. And then Auntie teases Kyle that Mo's coming, and Kyle's reaction. Like, you live in the same house as him. It's not like you haven't seen him for 5 years. Like,
yeah, but she lives in the same house, but she actually hasn't spoken to him like since recording.
I don't know. Her reaction just was like.
So his show is just like fully spilling all the tea.
Yeah, it comes out on like the 22nd or something.
We'll have to watch.
Oh well, yes, that's the plan, and we will be talking about it. Have you, in case you hadn't noticed, this is like a Housewives and adjacent recap podcast.
Oh, right, that's what we're doing. Noted.
Hello.
I'll just get distracted though, because they'll be like, I'll just get distracted by the actual houses.
Yeah, it is hard because the houses are stunning.
And they're just, they're like a level that I can't even be mad at it because I'm so jealous.
Yeah, it is true. It is true.
I keep thinking,
so they walk on set and Sutton can't see or feel her feet, which I thought was like so Sutton.
I just wanted to be like, when was the last time you felt your feet, Sutton? Like, this is not new. You've just noticed. It's been 12 years. Like, she was a dancer. She was a ballet dancer. Like, you don't want to feel your feet. You're fine.
Yeah. And then Dorit's late because she's getting sewn into her dress, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, Lord.
And then we clarify Anna Marie.
It is Anna Marie because it's Dutch. I'm not sure those two statements are necessarily linked.
I don't know how you spell it differently because you're Dutch.
Maybe they say A for eh in Holland.
Maybe.
I mean, not that I've never observed that before, but
no.
Who are we?
I've been in Holland a lot, and I can't say I've ever met anyone called Anna Marie, so I don't know. But I do know people who still reside in Holland, so I shall ask.
We'll ask them how you would pronounce. But I suppose it's one of those things, isn't it? It's your name. If you say that, if she was less irritating, I would agree with her.
Yeah. And then Erica's still harping on about not getting her apology when Andy's like, how does it feel to be back? And she's like, I'm still hurt that no one's apologized because my ex-husband ripped off a bunch of orphans and burn victims and widows, and I didn't show any remorse, but everyone owes me an apology.
Everyone thinks I'm a bad person because I was very visibly being a bad person, but it was hard for me.
Is this bitch okay?
No.
So we're clear. And then Dorit and Carl just get into it.
Just right off the bat. And it's just like, and go.
There's no airs and graces. There's no
amble. We don't discuss what the set is or anything. It's like, just boom.
We were never that good close of friends outside of the show, but it doesn't mean I don't love you. I want to reiterate the point multiple times that I still love you and care for you.
I love you, but you can't go on a hike. You. I can't go to lunch with you.
But you can't go on a hike either, honey, because you're unfit and don't like to work out.
But you know what people are like when they get fit. They are intolerable. I thought, okay, I had a thing about Kyle with this, and I thought, she's in love. And that is intolerable.
Yeah.
And so, like, everything has changed in her life and all of her friends and everything. And she can't remember any of her life before. She's so blinded by it and so consumed by it that she can't see what an absolute dickhead she is about it. And I think people's tolerance for people being in love like it's the first time ever is like a real bell curve. Like, it's sort of fine when you're young, and then it goes
through nearly 60.
It goes through a phase where nobody likes it, and then there's a bit where it becomes adorable when you're old.
When you're like 85,
yeah. Like when my gran was in sheltered accommodation, like 2 of her neighbors got married, and it was just like so lovely.
I would love that so much.
They were like 86 and 91. Like, it was
yes.
It was, but they still, even though they got married, they still lived in adjacent flats.
Well, because they're smart.
Yeah.
Like, They've
He
done
was
this
like,
before.
I don't need someone in here messing up my cutlery drawer.
Not the cutlery drawer.
Not the spoons in the forks. There's that, isn't there? But in the middle, nobody wants to hear that you're in love.
Yeah, no. And also as well, I do agree with what Kyle said. Like, why was Dorit bringing up my marriage on camera? I think I said that when we
It's not
watched the
very
episode.
friendly. Yeah.
When I was like, if me and you were really friends,
Yeah.
you
Because
wouldn't
what
bring
is
up my
Dorit's
marriage on
plot?
camera. Yeah.
Dorit has no other story, does it? Like, I have PTSD, which everyone finds annoying.
Well, she has stories. She doesn't want people to know that she's broke and her husband has a secret family in London. Like, allegedly.
Allegedly. Alleged by you.
But yeah, anyway. So Kyle apparently thinks that Dorit is the reason why the whole world thinks she's a lesbian.
Yeah, none of that relationship with a woman. That wasn't any of the clues.
It's nothing.
I didn't take any points from that.
Yeah. Fair.
I mean, the timeline is all very fuzzy for me. But now they are like actually in a relationship, aren't they? Like, are they openly in a relationship now?
No,
or are they
we've
not?
just seen them rub up on each other on TV.
Twice.
And then in photographs, they're very like cozy. But we've never had a confirmation that they're together, no.
Later, when they talk about how they've moved on and Kyle isn't homophobic anymore, which is, I mean, good for her, or else that'll be super awkward. It was very clunky, I thought, Sutton being like, we wouldn't care and it would be okay. And I was like, this is clunky, but it is nice.
Yeah.
Like,
we would want to hear that, even though it's the 21st century and you shouldn't have. I mean,
it shouldn't have to be heard, but it's better that it's heard than not heard, right?
In any one of my group of friends, if they said to me, we wouldn't judge you and we'd accept it, I'd be like, you are 1000% judging me. Because it's like, it would never get brought up, right? Yes. If I pitched up with a woman, doesn't matter which group of friends I pitched up to with a woman, like, I'd be like, this is my new girlfriend. I'd be like, oh yeah, you're all right. Like, it would just be a normal thing.
Yeah.
But if someone turned around and said to me, we're not judging you, I'd be like, oh.
What a strange thing to say.
Yeah. So, like, I think it's really cute that Sutton said that, but it also goes to show, like, how far they have to come as a group. But Garcelle's sitting on her pedestal accusing Dorit of not understanding her stuff. But, like, come on. Come on.
We've all looked at what a lesbian is. It's okay. We understand now. It's not contagious.
You can't be up in arms about people having racist and microaggressions when homophobia is running rampant through your group. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You can't.
You'll find they can.
You can't pick a fucking cause. Like, stand for all of them.
No, it's only toothlessness they stand for.
Right, not homelessness.
That's fine. It's your own business. It's warm there.
So then it's Garcelle's segment.
So she talks about how she did reality to be closer to home.
So I'm actually listening to her book.
Okay.
Because I finished Jackie's book.
Yeah.
Jackie from New Jersey's book.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
now I'm listening to Garcelle's because it got recommended to me. And it's not as well written as Jackie's, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, okay.
Jackie has a really good grasp of the English language. So the words that she uses and the vernacular and everything else was really gripping and intense. Like, I felt her pain.
Well,
when she was
not to get into a next argument, but Jackie is more educated.
Dare you? But yeah, she is by far. And Garcelle's book, whereas it's made me go and I've clutched my pearls and I've laughed, it's not as like
you know, had to look up any words
like, and yeah, it's just not, because they both read it. So I'm listening to the audiobook and they've both read it.
Okay.
And Jackie's voice annoys the fuck out of me. But I was able to tune it out because the canter of her language was like
good.
Yeah, it was really good. Whereas, and Garcelle, I love Garcelle's voice. Garcelle's voice makes me want to masturbate. Yeah. But like, it's different. But the stories that she tells, like, her husband's she has protected him
He's
really
gone.
well on the show. Like, I would have ripped him a new one on national television.
No, she's really taken the moral high ground there then.
Really has.
Because she says how like the boys, like she found it hard when they admitted that they knew, and this is why she has to like talk about sex and relationship, because he's just like ducking out of all of that chat.
Your sons have penises. You have a penis.
And you're
have
clearly,
a conversation.
And like you're clearly fertile people.
And I think it's because, oh no, the twins are IVF.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe you're fine then.
But the thing is, for me, is when you don't talk about the things that you've done, when you're a man and you've got sons, or you're a male role model to young boys in your like inner circle or whatever, and you've done something like cheat on your wife or your girlfriend, long-time partner, whatever, if you don't stand up and have a conversation with your boys and say, what I did was wrong, I should never have done it, it's not acceptable behavior, you're condoning what you've done, and you're allowing your sons then to think that this is a normal way to treat a woman. So, or a partner, doesn't have to be a woman.
That's a very good point.
Partner. So Garcelle is now contending with the fact that it doesn't matter how strong and independent she is in front of her sons,
their dad isn't saying that that's a problem,
right?
Yeah, it's shitty because he doesn't come across as a dickhead in the bits that we see him on the show.
No.
And she, like you say, she's really taking the moral high ground to not be like, but he's a dickhead.
It's not cool. And also as well, like Garcelle's kind of doing a disservice as well in a really weird roundabout way, because she's saying the worst thing could possibly happen to you, but look how fucking amazing I still am. So then boys are going, doesn't really matter if I cheat on someone, because look how great my mum is.
Yeah. Yeah, but what is the alternative? She can't be like, well, I'm just going to be shit.
Yeah, but I mean, what's the balance? Like, how do you?
Yeah, the balance is him going, you're very lucky that your mum is as strong as she is, because she could have crumbled because I was a real cunt.
Yeah, I just. Whew, yeah.
And clearly it's affected those boys.
Yeah. Yeah, it has.
I say clearly, like I know what a fucking 15-year-old boy looks like. How would I know?
No, but you know, there's
a with no pun intended, there's a jadedness.
Yeah. And a cock of the walkness as well that they have, that comes from their dad lets them do whatever the fuck they want because they're men. And that is disturbing in a way.
I find it so crazy. We've talked about this before, haven't we? Like the idea that you would have fundamental differences as to how you parent your children because of their gender.
Yeah, but you do.
So then we get into the Garcelle and Dorit.
Ugh.
Because
the word attack, when you've been held at gunpoint.
Oh, it was a bit on the nose there.
But also as well, completely irrelevant. It's not the same.
It's not the same. But Garcelle she thinks the robbery is a setup.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, you're not wrong there.
And we've all had these thoughts.
I still have these thoughts.
Yeah, I don't like them about myself, but I have them.
Oh, absolutely.
And so Dorit's like, well, my feelings were hurt. And Garcelle's like, yeah, my feelings were hurt when you all laughed at my kids.
Yeah.
Like, let's call that even. I'm like, well, yeah, okay, fair. And like, it was funny watching Erica go off on that kid. It was funny. But like, if that was our kid, we'd have been furious.
I wouldn't have handled myself the way the Garcelle handled it.
I wouldn't be friends with those people.
No.
Be like, no, we're done.
But it is a paycheck.
Yeah, but you don't have to like people. And that's where she's at with Dorit. She's like, I don't like you.
Yeah.
And Erica was really genuinely apologetic about it. in a series where she was like, fuck you, everybody, fuck you, victims, fuck you, people who were owed money. It's about that. She was like, I cocked up there.
Yeah, it's the only time she apologized that entire season, I think.
Yeah.
Was when, no, you're not wrong. Yeah, it's true.
So then Dorit like is like her reasoning for like saying things that are not unracist is she's like, I don't know all the words. And Garcelle just rolls her eyes. I'm like, yeah, exactly. That's what she's trying to fucking tell you. Try and learn some of the words. You speak 4 fucking languages.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know that attack is like a trigger word for you.
Oh.
And then what do you think about Anne-Marie being like, well, you didn't defend me when Sutton said I was shouting?
I said that in the episode when it happened. I
Mm.
wasn't here for it. You can't stand there and say that you can't use certain language and you can't use certain behaviors towards a black woman as a white woman when a white woman in your cast also accused a black woman who was not even being remotely aggressive or loud, said, you said to her, stop yelling at me. She wasn't yelling at you. That was her white fragility coming through there. And that pissed me off at the time. And I said it at the time that's why one of the main reasons why Garcelle's arguments with Dorit fell flat for me. Because she was picking and choosing when it was important.
Yeah, you're right.
And as like Anne-Marie said, I'm a black woman too. The skinny-ass white woman with a small fucking esophagus is accusing me of yelling at her.
I know, but the esophagus argument is so annoying.
But no one was yelling at the bitch.
No one was yelling at her, but Anne-Marie was being so annoying about it.
Then stop berating me, stop wearing me down, stop bringing it up.
Yeah.
Poor choice of words. Because if Dorit uses the wrong set of words, it becomes a problem. But Sutton can say what the fuck she wants.
Well, only this season.
Well, because I think Sutton's paying for private planes or something. Garcelle is like in Sutton's pocket.
Yeah, but like Crystal tried to call her out, didn't she? Maybe Sutton is just cannier than we realise.
Oh, Sutton's smart as fuck.
Yeah.
Smart as fuck.
So then there's the bubble.
Oh, God. And then the social media post.
And she tries to like justify the bubble. And she's like, did you really think I was doing it to hurt you?
Yeah.
And Andy's like, what is the possible other fucking alternative? Like, what? Come now.
Andy was in women's business this reunion.
Oh, yeah.
Like he was in it.
It's where but at one point he genuinely said to her, he was like, it didn't land.
Yeah.
Like if this is what you're telling yourself you were trying to do, it did not work. Yeah. I thought that was a real like, oh, it was Lord.
The follow-up post for me.
Yeah.
When she tried to clarify bubble being
it's a love bubble.
If that's what you were trying to do, say that, bitch. Say it. Say it in the caption. Say that love bubble is the
bubble I'm referring to. And then, again, against the like Andy snorting cocaine off hookers theories, there's obviously some HR, isn't there? There's some training because he's like, sometimes it's important to listen and say yes. Oh, Andy, we've done some learning. Well done.
Yeah.
And then, Garcelle's like, no, I don't want to be your friend.
That was harsh.
It's a weird thing to say to someone, isn't it? It's not a nice thing to say to someone.
No, it's really not.
I've never said that to anybody.
That I don't want to be your friend?
No, I mean, maybe when I was 4.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Like, maybe in nursery. Like, before you understand consequences of actions. But, like...
It's just easy to... Most people get it. Like, you just don't be their friend. And they don't keep coming at you being like, why do you think I'm a racist?
Yeah, fair. And then we switch to, on a lighter topic, Sutton's ability to ride dick versus her ability to ride bull.
Yeah, and how Andy's jealous of her hot driver.
Well, I mean...
I'm sure you could get one of those. Yeah.
but you don't have to pay other than for driving.
And he could get that. He just doesn't want people to know where he lives.
No, fair. Absolutely fair.
You get a driver who drops you off a block away. In the vicinity of.
Oh, the village, yeah. Oh. And then it's Anna Marie's turn.
Is it?
Yeah, so it's the 8.5
Oh,
comment.
yeah. 8.5.
So, they're homies. They're best friends. They're
best
all
friends.
of that stuff. Like, okay.
What? Best friends don't tell you an 8.5. That's not your best friend.
What was you thinking? If my best friend, or not even my best friend, just any one of my friends, isn't making me feel like a 10 all the fucking time, they're not my friends.
That's not how you make friends, bitch.
That is right.
10s across the board, thanks.
Dickhead. I mean, 8.5 is a push, so she's just happy with that. So, you know what I mean? However, I do now feel really bad for saying what I just said and everything else that I said about her based on the fact that her mum died during like filming.
Oh yeah, and like horribly and quickly, and yeah.
And the fact that she was such a fucking warrior by not allowing it to like face her during her job. Like she went to work, she did her job, and like that was it. Okay, she had some fucked up things. Now I'm thinking maybe we should give her season 2.
Nah.
To see what
Sorry, I should have deliberated longer.
Pretend like you give a shit.
Yeah, no, I should.
I'll give you a minute. Go on.
Oh yeah, no, maybe we didn't see her best moments.
Okay, like you cannot be fake, so let's move on.
I can't. I can't lie. I'm so bad at
it.
Then Kyle has her little like, do you know Lisa Vanderpump asked if I was still on the show?
Oh yeah, what was that?
Why is she so up in her ass?
She's so pressed by Lisa Vanderpump. I mean, she's jealous. Like you said, she's still married.
But she managed to like shade Crystal in that remark at the same time.
Yeah, because no one knew who Crystal was. Well, Lisa didn't know who Crystal was. Yeah, it's true.
I find it unlikely. I think Lisa would know who she is. So I think
1000% because she knows who the husband is, not because she knows who Crystal is.
I don't know. She's like a beverage person.
No, I just feel like Lisa Vanderpump is the type of woman who is in charge, in she's like every hard hitter and every fucking baller. I know how to get to them, and to get to them in most instances is through their wives.
Well, so I think, yes, either that and it's just a lie, or option B, she was deliberately not knowing who Crystal was.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, then we get into the Crystal of it.
Crystal's clapbacks were everything. However, Anne-Marie's clapbacks were also amazing.
Yes, there was some good tennis for Erica to watch.
When you've proven yourself to be a liar. Well, I'm not the one who tried to accuse Sutton of being a racist when you made it up. Or I also wasn't the one who lost 14 friends. So I was like, oh, Anne-Marie.
Oh, she has done the homework.
Oh, Jesus. Hello. Shit, because that's what I was thinking every time Crystal opens her mouth about anything. I'm like, bitch, you've done nothing but lie.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're still on the show. The delusion of grandeur that is coming out of Crystal Minkoff for the fact that she actively went on TV, lied about someone being a racist, like lied about it, like not even pretended, not even like
slightly insinuated, no, like fully was
lied.
Like, it was dark.
And then everyone knew that she lied, and then it all came out that she lost 14 friends because she pulled these kind of shenanigans previously. And she keeps coming back. I'm here for it. I'm here for the ballsiness. I respect it. Yeah.
But Anne-Marie was like, no, I'm not going to apologize for the eating disorder comment.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay. Like, you're not trying to make friends with Sutton here.
Like, Sutton's the future of Beverly Hills. If they don't recognize that, they're on their own.
Yeah, Crystal can't see outside her own like vision though.
Yeah, fair. $100 million is hard to see through.
It's a lot. It's a lot
It's a
of
lot
you
of
spent.
paper.
You're busy counting, aren't you?
You were very busy counting.
I
This
just
is the
think
thing.
coconut water tastes so bad.
Why am I not when it's fresh from a coconut?
It still does. I think it's like association. It just reminds me of being sick.
Oh, because you got it. Yeah, fair.
Yeah, like I just think, why would you drink that if you were fine?
I
You
like
don't drink
coconut water.
Lemsic when you're fine.
No, you do not, because that would be weird. The thing is, not everyone grew up on a tropical island like you. People only visit tropical islands when they are in a happy place, a happy and
Yeah, that's true.
merry
like on
place.
Holiday.
Whereas you were on a tropical island all the time. So when you were drinking coconut water, it was why the tropical people on the island drink coconut water.
Yeah.
Is to settle your stomach,
get your
and do all the
electrolytes
other
up.
stuff. So it's not the same.
It's not okay. Yeah, I know. It's hard being me, man.
It is hard. To be fair, I wouldn't want to live in Jamaica when I was as white as you. So you, as nice as it was, you went through some hardship.
Yeah, there was some peeling.
There was some
See, I don't like coconut water because it reminds me of having sunstroke. Yeah. Right.
And then Dorit says that she's the only one with a college degree.
Yes. Which is just not true.
I mean, not even slightly true. Like, there was at least 5 of them on the couch to have a college degree, more than half. Like, what were you doing?
Child bride. Dorit says it's okay because they called Priscilla Presley a child bride.
Yeah, but she was like
one of my favorite comments ever.
She was actually 14.
Have you read the Priscilla Presley autobiography?
No, I haven't, but I know the story.
Oh my god, you should. It is insane.
I don't want to. Why are you still
It's so
using...
weird.
But why are you still using Elvis's name, taking Elvis's money, living in Elvis's fucking legacy if you're that concerned about being a fucking child ring?
I think she just feels she was owed it to her because, and this doesn't make it okay, but she was just so fucking horny and he like wouldn't touch her. And she was just like, oh my God. That poor woman. And he was just like drugging her. Anyway, that's not the point. That's Dorit's point, but that's not the point. The point is, once again, because of Dorit's bubble life, she doesn't equate, she had no relationship between the child bride and the mail order bride. She doesn't know that Asian women are like, there's a sex trafficking industry. She doesn't know any of that. She's never heard that before. It's all new.
When your husband uses them regularly, sure. Allegedly. You know them admin services on your bank statements.
Yes. And then she says she's the only one with a degree. And that's not true.
No.
And I would like to point out, as somebody who like got into like, you know, a lot of debt going to college and going to uni.
Yeah.
There is a difference between you can be smart and not be educated. Saying someone isn't educated doesn't mean you're not saying that they're not smart.
I left school at 16.
Yeah, and like I wasted a shit ton of not wasted. I spent ages of my life getting educated.
Careful now.
I do think that ever should be recognised in some way. You know, I could have been out there. I don't know. I didn't want a job.
To Carl with all of her tattoos and her working out and her not drinking and
she's pissed at Dorit because of Dorit's
relationship with
Kathy.
Yeah. But Saturn is the one that has a real friendship with Kathy.
Yeah. But Kyle isn't generally pissed at Sutton, is she? So
no, because I think
Sutton's not trying
always...
to like yeah.
That I think Sutton has always been the type of person who says, I'm friends with her, and I'm not getting involved. Whereas I think Dorit is like, oh my God, tell me what she did. I want to be angry with her just like you are.
And I think Sutton's kind of pissed at Kyle for like trying to hide the big story, but I don't think she wishes that her marriage is falling apart.
I don't think anyone would wish that on anyone.
No, but I think for Dorit, it's sort of part of the Beverly Hills Housewives storyline.
Yeah, fair.
And that sort of illustrates that actually their friendship isn't that tight, doesn't it?
Yeah.
No, and when she's like, that's the most hysterical thing. Like, how can you just fail so badly at like sounding like a real human being?
Well,
it's the chicest wind chime.
Oh no, not the wind chimes. And that's it.
No, yeah. That's it.
Oh no. Kyle says that Dorit only speaks up and talks about the things that she thinks that the audience want to defend. And I'm like, but no one likes Dorit.
That's why she's trying to make us like her.
She's
failing, but she's trying.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Should we talk about Vanderpump?
Yeah, let's talk about Vanderpump. I don't think I have notes for Vanderpump though.
Well, your main headline is that you're upset about the dog going in the plane.
Okay. I'm not upset with the dog going on the plane. I just don't understand why a dog is flying better than an entire cast.
So I think is there a chance that like there is a universe where that isn't a dog and it's just how when we're getting filmed it looks like a dog? Because there were several occasions where I was like, can a dog go there? Like, can you take a dog to a bar?
You can if it stops touching your eye.
I can't.
Use a tissue. If a dog is a service dog, it can go anywhere. And also, if a dog belongs to Lisa Vanderpump, it can go wherever the fuck it wants.
Okay, so we start off, and Tom and Tom are going shopping.
Oh yes.
And Tom Sandoval is broke; he can't buy anything, and Tom Schwartz really gets me in this moment because he's so sort of like hopeless and soft, and I just fall for it.
It was that I don't want to be 40 and single, smashing the wall. That did it for me. I was like, I would pity fuck this guy.
Was like, oh, he's really got us there.
I'd pity fuck him. I would.
Yeah, but you'd pity fuck him and you'd be proud of yourself. You'd be like, I've done good.
Yeah. I'd do it while I was married as well.
But then they're shopping, and then there's this weird throwaway comment that hardly anyone has seemed to notice, where he's like, "Have you got any?" When Sandoval's like, "Have you got any knives?" Like, sorry, what?
What?
Yeah, like he's buying a hat, and then he's like, "Have we got any knives?"
I didn't hear that.
It's very strange. I go back and look because I really hope. I know it's not just me that can hear it. Other people have said it. Like one other person has said it.
Is it just because you guys want Sandoval to have knives? Is that what it is? Like, are you in some weird
strongly
kink?
Don't want him to have knives, I think.
All right.
I'm not sure any of them should have knives.
Oh, no, I fully agree. I also don't think a trucker shirt should cost $500.
Yes, that's fair. That is correct. So then there's like side by side of like Graham going to meeting Ali, and she's like not having it.
Hippie,
because he bites.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tom is saying to Tom that Rachel is out.
Oh, did you notice that Sandoval was like every time Schwartz said anything, he was like, "Yeah, I already knew that.
Yeah, I already knew that.
Yeah, I
know.
Yeah, I already knew that." When actually, we all know you didn't know a fucking bar of it, and now you're completely blindsided and pissed off that the bitch that you thought you had under your thumb has grown a pair and is no longer listening to your crap.
Yeah, completely, because she's blocked him
on everything, and I love all of it.
Yeah, she doesn't want to talk to you.
No,
you've ruined her life.
Yep.
Okay, then we see, what about Sheena and Brock? What about the Sheena and Brock of it all?
So everyone's like, why is Sheena so upset about them having an argument in public? I'm like, are you serious? She's not upset they're having an argument in public. She's upset they're having an argument on camera. Like,
Yeah.
what is wrong with you people? Sheena has an image to protect.
Yeah. I mean, he's right on. He's like, this is optics. I'm like, oh, he's learned a word.
Sheena was the one who spent her entire year of her first marriage convincing us that they were perfect and they were beautiful and everything was stunning, only to find out that he was a drug addict and emptied their bank account. Like, come on, this bitch is never going to admit that she has fucked up in any way, shape, or form. Like, never.
I just love that he's like relatively logically being like, we need a professional Natalie, and she's just like, stop talking. Yeah.
I always think family is a better option if you can. Like,
I
okay,
disagree.
unless your uncle is a paedophile, then family is a better option.
I think it's a huge ask.
Yeah, but not all the time. I just think some of the time. But I think that they probably just have to not have so many engagements and functions where they can't bring their kid. That's what I think the actual issue is. I think they're at the point in their lives where, bitch, you are 40. Your husband is 40. He has two whole other children on a different continent that he doesn't have a relationship with. And you should be going out where you need to have nannies every single fucking day and night. Stay the fuck at home.
But they have been, haven't they? I think it's a thing of him going, you said we were going to like, this was 50-50 and we're doing this together and we're like, you know, this unit, the first people ever. So then to say, oh, but actually my mum is going to be here every night when we get home. It's like, I don't want that. And I think that's fair.
1,000% fair. 1,000%.
And I really, I have always really liked the professionalism of a professional. Like, this is, you know, I pay you to do a job. You do it well. You do it the way I tell you to do it. And if I don't like something about it, I'm perfectly entitled as the customer to say I don't like that. You can't do that with family. And like, I say when my holidays are, and I say when your holidays are, you have to arrange cover. And none of that happens with your mum.
I disagree.
Okay, well, that's your relationship with your mom.
Yeah, same situation. Like, I think Brock's wrong. I think Sheena's wrong. I think Brock's right. I think Sheena's right. Like, it's hard.
It is, and it's almost like they've left it too long. It's worse.
Yeah, and I mean, and just him not being able to do laundry correctly.
Oh my word!
Just
that frustration of her being like, "But you did it fucking wrong," and he's like, "Well, then you should do it for me." And like, my husband is very, very, very good domestically, but we've had that this week.
Yeah, but you are
me being like, "This is a mess," and he's like, "Well, you have because you do the laundry at like an inconvenient." I'm like, "Well, do your own fucking laundry then. You can't just live in filth because you keep forgetting to put something in the laundry."
Yeah, but you are on a different level of laundry scale, though. You have expectations that are beyond.
I do the laundry, so like, you know, that it is a me role.
Yeah,
in our house because I'm a professional at it. But don't then criticize if you've not put something in the laundry for 3 months.
Yeah, that's not your fault. Don't come at me with that bullshit.
So when I say you fucking reek in this is a fucking Sasquatch situation.
I can see the lines coming out the side, you know, like when you're walking around. Yeah.
There's that weird thing of like, but this is my manly smell. Like, no, it's just
no, it's not. You're fucking disgusting. My favorite thing is
anywho, yeah, so we all felt that. I also love the like, but we're here and this is our like 2 fucking days off, so we're just gonna like angrily have sex and not look at each other.
I mean, again, relate. So like, I'm not mad at that. Not mad at it at all. I've been there. When you're on holiday and you're like, I hate this son of a bitch.
We have 48 hours without a baby, so come on.
Yeah, let's go. Let's make another one.
Yeah. Then we see Graham on the jet and we see everyone else at the airport. And like Tom gets all emotional because like Sheena said hello and you can sit here energy and all this bullshit.
That took me a really long time to work out who the fuck he was talking about. I was like, who is this? Who said hello? What is happening? Why is he so emotional about it? And then it was like 20 minutes later, like when Sheena spoke to me at the airport, I'm like, all this energy for Sheena?
Yeah. He thinks Sheena's the linchpin. It's his way in.
Oh. Okay.
I just love Tom Schwartz in the car being like, are you crying? He's like, yeah, it really means a lot. He's like, yeah, I suppose it does mean a lot when like people say hello and they've like absolutely thought you were the worst fucking dog shit for month after month. Like you're the lowest and they can't stand you. You're a scumbag. It's like, all right, say less.
Why? Where's the need?
He can't help it. He puts his foot in his mouth every single time. I liked when he said at the airport that they're wary, not weary.
Yeah.
Oh, so we should talk about the wolf. The photograph with the wolf.
How amazing were those pictures?
So is that a wolf or is that a dog?
No, they were huskies. They weren't wolves.
They're dogs.
Because wolves aren't like a tameable animal. No.
And they're like massive, aren't they?
Yeah, wolves are huge. I mean, some of them are like Alsatian size, but like I'm not fucking.
Dog, though.
It's not Game of Thrones. I'm not fucking around with a wolf. Like,
okay, but on Game of Thrones, is that a wolf or is that a dog?
It's a CGI, I would assume.
A CGI wolf.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think when you have a wolf pup from birth,
you can humanize it.
Yeah, or it recognizes you and it respects you, but it'll fuck up anyone else
because you feed it.
Yeah, but I reckon like you can't be a grown fully ass adult and it
just
be a
walk
grown
up
fully
to a
ass
wolf.
adult and you stand there like with your face next to it. No.
You don't think they know that she's like mother of dogs?
Maybe actually. Gatherer of bitches. Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, so I like that. Yeah, I like seeing the big dogs.
We have to go. All right, we have to make a plan where we can go to like the van. I know I said this last time, but we really do. I want to go to like all the Vanderpump restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have to do something. I don't know, like just
when does that villa shit start?
Oh yeah, I don't know, but I don't even know if we're gonna get it.
Oh, rude. So rude.
The Provence.
Yeah.
I love a rosé from Provence.
Wolf on Provence. Yeah, it's the only rosé. It's the only time I've ever drunk rosé.
Is in Provence?
Well, and like, some day drinking in Glasgow, but the only time I've like consciously done it is in Provence.
Yeah. All right.
So they go to the house. And like Schwartz is just so proud of himself because he thinks it's coming together like really beautifully. It's very adorable.
It is.
And it's, all slightly awkwardly happening, isn't it?
Yeah.
Brock's been like thrown out of his bedroom, so he's like, I gotta go and talk to Sandoval.
But they all choose rooms really amicably, which I thought was amazing. Like the
It's
housewives
very grown
could learn
up, wasn't it? Yeah, that's very true.
The housewives could learn.
Yeah, and Tom's telling him that he had no malicious intent, and I'm like, you're still wearing a fucking lightning bolt necklace. Come now.
Yes.
Yeah. And James like passes through to be cordial, and Tom like it's just again he's like, everybody's failing to acknowledge like how horrible they were to me, and I'm like, that's because they don't care if you're not their friend. Like you have to say sorry because you want to be friends with these people. They're fine not being friends with you.
Yes.
The need is on your side.
He doesn't understand that they don't want to be friends with him. That is the key point. The key point is He doesn't get it.
It's not even that they don't want to be friends with him. They either will or won't be friends with him. Like, there's not a strong desire either way.
Yeah. But
like,
they are...
Ariana hates him. And they want to be friends with her because they think the optics are good in that. Like, if he is sorry and contrite and not a dickhead, they will be friends with him. But if he's not, if he's going to be a dickhead, no.
The contriteness, I think, is key. I don't know if contriteness is a word, but it's key here. Like, I think in this scenario of life that is reality TV, if you are contrite, you can be forgiven anything.
For anything. Literally anything.
Anything.
We have forgiven unspeakable things.
I am talking about actually welcoming Phaedra back to my TV. I have been since Girls Trip. After how disgusting the allegations were that she made against Kandi. And she's never been contrite. Actually, I take that back. That bitch has never been contrite.
She's just rolled with it.
She just, it's kind of something. There's a kind of respect level in that, though, isn't there?
There is. She's not asking for anybody's sympathy, though. At no point has Phaedra ever said, I've been hard done by. And
she's not saying sorry, and she's not
asking
like, I
for
said
forgiveness. What I said.
Yeah.
End of sentence.
Yeah. This is who I am.
Period. Dot.
Fucking Chanel, I am. Better not disappoint in season 2.
Oh, I don't think she will. She'll be fine. So Tom tells us how meditation has replaced alcohol for him.
Yep, sure.
And he starts getting up on his all high. And even Lala's like, I don't think you have to make any huge commitment. Like, just take it at a time. Just don't be a dickhead.
Mm-hmm.
And then Lisa comes with Graham.
Yes.
And it looks like a completely different dog.
Because it's not the same dog.
Okay, fine. As long as we all know that.
This is a dog that they can put in a reality TV situation. That's not going to bite people.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then Tom's trying to like defend the dog to James. He didn't speak on the dog.
Well, that it wasn't the dog's fault, and it was this, and it was that, and like you should be saying this about the dog, and you shouldn't change the dog's name because it wasn't the dog's fault, and yada 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 yada. And then Ali has the best line of ever told when she's like, "Well, if Rachel can change her name, so can the dog." I mean, she's not wrong.
So we should touch on. No, she's not. It's great. There was some good Ali lines.
I'm obsessed with Ali, like obsessed.
I think she will become a villain.
Oh, definitely. She's with James. That's not going to end well for anybody.
It's not going to end well.
Come on now.
It's not.
Like, there's a reason why she's with James. It's not because she's a good person.
It's not.
We just haven't seen the mask fall yet.
No, that. It's a long way to fall. She has a long neck.
Yes, giraffe. Yeah.
They're going to change his name to Hippie, which is intolerable.
But it's so much better than hearing them say Graham.
It is better than hearing them say Graham, and it is
at least Hippie has
Michael.
Pronounceable. No.
Don't hurt yourself. You can pronounce it?
That was mean. Fuck's sake. But you know what I mean? Like syllables that hit, like they land, like Graham.
Yes. There's no gray area in how to say hippie. No one's going, is it hippie?
Yeah, exactly.
And then we have like a whole montage of them like jumping into the lake, and I was like, I could watch this for another 15 minutes.
I loved it. Every part.
It was beautiful. It was like a music video.
The water was so clear. It was giving me
on the rock. It's gorgeous.
What was it? If you've been my sunshine.
Oh yeah.
Who sings that?
Len?
I don't know. You're still my sunshine. I can't remember.
Is it Wham Bam 3000?
Maybe. I don't know.
Hi, this is Stereo Mike.
But that's the vibe it was giving me.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah. Nice. So to jump to Potomac and
Okay.
Ashley's song
Oh,
that everyone's so impressed with. And she's like singing this melody. I'm like, that is Earth, Wind and Fire. You haven't come up with that. Calm down.
no. What was it? I thought it was.
Dancing in September.
No, it wasn't that, but it was another
It was
song.
that.
No, yeah, okay. I didn't hear that, but I heard a different song and I was like, that's not your song.
You've not written that.
That's not your song. Yeah.
She does have a nice voice, though.
She does. And I'm glad that she's surviving, thriving, and living, or whatever it was.
Healing and embezzling.
Anyway, back to Vanderpump.
So Ariana's going through the house. She wants all the chairs.
All the furniture.
Where is she taking 35 chairs?
I don't know, but they have a lot of chairs.
They've got loads of chairs. They've got like an 8-person table over here. There's another 8-person table over here. Like, I don't get the impression any of you eat.
No. Yeah.
You're doing with these multiple dining room services. And
I didn't know that picture was Lego.
I didn't know that was Lego, but the Lego artist can rework that. You want one of those, don't you?
I really want one of them.
You can probably get a second-hand one of just Tom.
Oh, yeah. I was kind of thinking me and my family, but I could do with just Tom.
I'm gonna love it. Next time I go to your house and there's like naked Julia on the side, it's Tom Sandoval and like a broken Lego over here.
Oh, that would be expensive to commission as well, because that's some time.
And yeah, and like maybe custom colors. I don't know.
Yeah, because like
I don't know that they make a lot of skin tone blocky Lego, do they?
No, or like a midnight blue shade Lego either.
Yeah,
for, like, the
it's kind of your basics, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's sort of amazing and also sort of sad, isn't it, that it exists? Like that you'll pay someone more to do that than you would probably for someone to paint an oil painting of you.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, fair.
Yeah. And everything's custom. They're like light fittings are custom because they were seen coming, weren't they?
Yeah.
And like this is Sandoval's problem all the time, isn't it? Like every fucking glass in Tom Tom is like, or what is Swartz and Sandy's like a custom glass. Like why?
He's a custom kind of guy.
He is a custom kind of guy.
Yeah.
Then they go to Lisa's new place.
Yeah.
And they're smashing it down, and she's got her pink hard hat on.
Love it.
So cute. And yeah, Tom's like, I don't want to be single at 40.
Oh, the poor guy. Oh.
The thing is, if he knew what he was doing, I'd be mad at him, but I don't think he does.
No.
Like, he's not trying to manipulate us.
He genuinely has no idea what he does wrong. He doesn't.
He doesn't know what he does right though either. He can't pinpoint it and be like, oh, at that point everyone liked me because I was like adorable and soft.
There's no middle ground with Tom.
No, it's that.
No. Yeah. And then they go to eat, right?
Yes, with the dog in the restaurant.
And then James and Tom go outside to have a chat.
Well, first we discuss the Joe of it. He's like,
Who's
I
Joe?
want to be single and 40. And they're like, doesn't Joe live with you?
Oh, yes, Joe. Yes.
He's like, no. Oops. And then they go to another bar and they take the dog. And Sandoval and James go off and have their sort of broing.
Well, James is very much high on something.
He makes some good points though, because Tom's like, I didn't plan this and there's nothing I could do, and like I just fell in love. And he's like, you could have left.
Yeah, well, I mean,
you could have left Ariana.
There's no reasoning what Tom did.
No.
There is, I fucked her one time by mistake on a drunken evening, and I am sorry, it should never have happened. But I've told you the next day and everything is fine. There's that. Then there is, I really loved this girl after fucking her one time for a night. We've never had sex again, but I think I want to pursue this relationship. Therefore, I'm leaving you. There's that. They're the only two scenarios in this situation.
Those are the options.
That's it. That is the only conversations that should have been had.
Yep. Yeah, you're right.
And he didn't do any of those.
No. Firmly no.
Not one.
I also love, even in James's like endearing, forgiving, nice bits, he's like, I always looked up to you because you're like so old. I'm so much younger than you and you're so old.
That's just mean. But it's facts.
Yes, but sometimes we don't need the maths. Sometimes that doesn't help anyone.
Yeah, but when they're not talking about us, it's okay.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then they work through it and they're gonna
they hug reluctantly.
Sort of awkwardly hug. Yeah.
Yes.
And then they're gonna feel guilt. They're all gonna get home and have to go and confess to Ariana that they all bent.
They all like Tom now?
Yeah, Lake Tahoe looks fucking great.
Tahoe's amazing. And it's really beautiful, Tahoe.
That's some good laking.
That is some good laking. And it's a clear lake. Not murky, you know?
No, it's gorgeous. I love a lake. I have one more point. I have one Potomac point.
Okay, go.
And it's very limited because I can't remember her name. What is the friend's name?
Kiana.
Firstly, she looks amazing in that confessional look.
Yeah.
With the tits.
Insane. Yeah.
And then when they play their like ask a sex question game, which I was very here for, when she says about Candace how she's like trying to make a baby, and she's like, that bitch is gonna get untired. I was like, sold. Sign this bitch up.
It's true. When you're trying to make a baby, there's no tired. You just have them legs open at all times of day and night.
I just love the term "get untired." I thought that was great. But I think all those women are lying.
What about how often they're having sex?
Yeah, I don't believe that Wendy's like the longest she's ever gone is like 2 weeks.
Why?
I just think we've had like kids.
Yeah, fair. Yeah,
you weren't having sex 2 weeks after you had your first kid.
No.
Exactly.
I wasn't having sex 2 weeks after I found out I was pregnant. I was like, I'm done. I'm out. Catch me when I want to get pregnant again.
Okay, I think there's probably a happy middle ground.
Yeah. Well, you know me. I don't really do things middle ground.
Yeah. It's quite black and white in your world.
Like,
that's true.
One or the other. But yeah, no, it's true. It is true. We'll talk about Potomac and we'll talk about them
next week.
Next week, yeah.
Right, all. Nice to speak to you.
Yeah.
Rub my eyes some more.
No, please don't.
I tried really hard not to.
So get some hot water because it's swollen. I can see it from here. It's swollen.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, it's not right. You need to get some hot water
and compress it
from the inside out.
That does make sense.
And then a different piece the second time. Using the same one.
No, I'm not dumb.
Listen, I don't know.
No,
but
you know I live in filth.
We both have mold in our house, okay? So none of us can fucking talk about the other one.